Travis Wayne Goodsell. News keeps rolling all day long. Scott Dale Owen. Let's go over the list. A mental impairment therapist, a mental disabled therapist, a mental disease therapist, a mental illness therapist, a mental retardation therapist, a mental health therapist, a mental psychotic therapist, a mental sociopath therapist, a mental psychopath therapist, a mental therapist, an emotional therapist, a behavioral challenge therapist, an unstable therapist, a mental malfunction therapist, and a chemically imbalanced therapist. Take your pick. It's changed over the years, over the decades. Has been arrested for a number of rape and sodomy cases of, it seems like gay clients were the ones that came to him. And so I'm kind of concerned he may have been involved in conversion therapy. It says he's been doing it for 20 years. As he himself, I saw, calls himself the porn doctor. He's the one you call Dr. Porn. He's the one that makes you feel alright. He's the one you call Dr. Porn. He's gonna be your sodomizer. And, yeah. There's some issues, because we just had the Arizona decision about how the Mormon who raped the bishop's daughters, child daughters, and uploaded the porn of those rapes to the internet, the church let him go. Told the bishop to back off. Bishop-client privilege. And so I'm kind of wondering about this, because technically as a therapist and a doctor, he's licensed and all of his sessions are confidential. And so he cannot reveal any of the techniques and treatments for his clients. Doctor-patient confidentiality. And so, as a doctor, if he thinks that rape will help his clients, who are we to judge? Obviously, crime is not included. Same with the bishop. The church was wrong to not notify the authorities and get them locked up. That's the whole problem with the hotline that the church does not want you to acknowledge. Religious freedom! And so he's Mormon. He's only doing that which he saw the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints do. The church has ecclesiastical penitent privilege, and so therefore he has doctor-client privilege. I don't know if he's going to use that as his defense. We'll see. But he works down in Provo, a little jaunt away from the super secret sacred Utah asylum for those with mental impairment, mental disability, mental disease, mental illness, mental retardation, mental health challenges, psychosis, psychopathy, who are just plain mental, who are emotional, who are behaviorally challenged, who are mentally unstable, who have a mental malfunction, or are chemically imbalanced. And especially those who masturbate and are gay. You don't believe me? You ever been to the tombstones? You ever watched the news where they went over it? I have a book. Patient number 666. Inducted for porn watching. Inducted for masturbation. Yeah, those are mental illnesses. Just like being LGBTQ IAPL+. All the way back in my earlier years, the psychologists were claiming that if you're thinking you're LGBTQ IAPL+, you're mentally impaired, disabled, diseased, ill, retarded, mentally health challenged, psychotic, psychopathic, mental, emotional, behaviorally challenged, unstable, having a mental malfunction, and chemically imbalanced. Take your pick. And just because you go into a therapist like Scott Dale Owen of Provo, whose office used to be 3651 North, 100th East, Provo, Utah, 84604. His employees are now fired, laid off, no longer employed. And so did they burn the records? Did they burn the evidence? The 116 patient files have gone missing. Oh, Mormon jokes aplenty. And so, yes, as you travel from Salt Lake into Provo, you will notice the billboard changes as you enter Utah County. Have you remembered to pay your tithing on this latest paycheck? Don't watch the news. Try prayer instead. Go to the temple. You paid for it after all. And don't be extinct like the dinosaurs. See you in church. Good times. And so, yes, expect to hear the church, maybe M. Russell Ballard, maybe Oakes, Holland, Nelson, Redland, Bednar, somebody step forward and say, we don't know this guy. We've never taken pictures with him. We have never supported him in what he does. And sure enough, Fox 13 News Utah will come out and say, we have the documents that Scott was involved. Mormons would take it down from the website. Oh my God. Too much. Only in Utah do you get news stories like this. Dear God. But yeah, if you'll remember, he needs to be excommunicated. You know, like Natasha Helfer. She was harming children by saying that medical science says that porn is not addictive and masturbation is healthy. He, however, had to teach otherwise to his patients. You have to turn it off, elder. Turn it off. Book of Mormon musical. Yep. It's just that easy, women. We just turn it off. You're ugly. Instantly ugly. We turned it off. You were our sun, our moon, our shining star, and it went away. Right, Willow? Oh my God. Yep. This is what happens when you have abstinence only, and you have a church that tells you that all natural sexual behavior is an impairment, a disability, a disease, an illness, a retardation, a mental health challenge, psychosis, a psychopathy, mental, emotional, a behavioral problem, unstable, a mental malfunction, and a chemical imbalance. Oh my God. And so, apparently he was on the run. He tried to flee. And there was a standoff in a ghost town. Where did I see that standoff? Oh, Instagram. So, social media reports church leaders repeatedly heard concerns about him, and of course, did nothing. Don't be confused with Scott Owen Sykes from Ogden, Utah, who's an ophthalmologist. Big difference. Don't get confused. Ah, man. Ooh, the Provo Police Department said the detectives had arranged to meet him. It was a sting operation. Apparently, I see a public reprimand by the Utah government, clinical mental health counselor, as he met with the board, licensing board. But he's a doctor. Back off, man. I'm a doctor. See, a Mormon sexual abuse case, the porn king. Not a title you need to brag about. It could be misunderstood. Unless he used porn to turn gay men straight. Look at this woman. Isn't she attractive? My dad did that to me. My mom already knew I liked women. She sort of set the stage for me to like women, as she would put down the Sears catalog on our kitchen table as little children, and we were supposed to go through and cut out the pictures of toys or furniture and make collages with them. But nope. Oh, who are these? These look interesting. Women, you say? Utah County Ghost Town. It's not saying where it was. They became increasingly physical and sexual. Well, yeah, that's how you do it. Are you unfamiliar with conversion therapy? That's why the church wanted conversion therapy back. Because otherwise, they're going to have to get physical with you. Oh, in 2010, he attended BYU. That's where his doctorate is. Oh, there's another person who focused on gay people who got his PhD at BYU. And likewise, had a sex scandal with his co-worker, who's apparently still with him. And I decided to see how they were doing their thumbnails, seeing what the title of his videos were, and then saw the one and went, uh-oh, he's still at it. And yep. And so here we have 6 charges of object rape and 4 counts of forcible sodomy. Not to be confused with Sodom, like Christians confused it. It was not for sodomy that they were destroyed. It was for Ezekiel 7:16. 17 is a prophecy of the Mormon latter-day man like Moses. Oh, you thought we were Christian? Are you new and you're still listening? Wow. Welcome. 16 tells us it was for neglecting the poor. Right, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints? With their tithing crimes? Will a man rob God? Yes, if they're the great and abominable church. Is that my clothes burning? Or is somebody cooking? Somebody's flaming.